everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another week of daily energy draws. Today is, I don't even know what the date is. It is the 27th, Monday, January 27th, 2020. Just a quick announcement. I am going to be closed again for personal readings this week unless you are interested in an emergency reading. Feel free to reach out to me and I'll let you know if I'm able to do your reading this week. The reason is I am going to focus on my physical health this week as well. There was a lot of purging, a lot of healing that was happening over the last few weeks, and it has unfortunately taken a little bit of a toll on me. So I'm going to be focusing on my health and myself and hopefully healing from this. But I am going to be doing some collective readings as well. So make sure that you stay tuned to the channel here, to Instagram, Facebook, and to Patreon because I'll be doing some collective readings in the meantime. But if you are interested in a personal reading, an emergency reading, feel free to reach out to me and I will communicate with you what I'm able to do. Also, I will have a personal note video coming up either today or tomorrow, so please keep an eye out for that, where I will be reaching out to you, the community. Very difficult for me to do that, but I'm going to be doing that. So, today, for today's daily energy draw, really interesting. I was called to the Work Your Light deck, and I'm going to tell you why. So a couple of years ago, when I had my first awakening, I learned all about star seeds. And then when I was launched on this ascension journey, when I met my divine counterpart, I had the name Andromeda, the Andromeda Galaxy, the Andromedans, downloaded to me. And it felt very much like home. It felt very much like a calling. And I've come to look into it, dive deeper into it. Not so much. It didn't feel like time. I wasn't so interested in star seeds. I was more focused on me at the time, more focused on ascension, more focused on healing and working on myself in this incarnation. But the deeper I dove with ascension and awakening, the more star seeds seemed to come up as a light worker, as an earth angel. And then all of a sudden, it's like here is, the more I channeled, the more the galactic council, as I like to call it, started coming in. The more I started channeling higher vibrational energy. I have spoken with the Arcturians, and last night I had an experience. I woke up in the middle of the night because, thank you, insomnia, and I had the name, again, Andromeda, on my mind. And so I ended up doing some looking into, doing some research, and it felt very much like home. And I feel like that is where I'm going to be talking, doing some more teaching, especially over on the Patreon for light workers. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned. I'll have some more information on that. Still be doing the collective readings for the divine partnerships because that is a part of my journey as well. But I have always been called to the higher level ascension energy, and I feel like that's where we've been headed. If you check out the Ascension series, Channeled Messages, the playlist, I'll put a link in the description box below. You know that we do channel that higher level ascension energy, the broader picture, the bigger picture. So I had a feeling back then that we were going to be talking more about that, and that's what was downloaded to me last night, where we're going to be talking more about star seeds, soul origins, things like that. Because remember, this is not your first incarnation. If you are on the ascension journey at this point in time, this is not your first incarnation. You are made up of pure divine energy, pure divine love, but you had a first incarnation, and it typically is not on Earth. Earth is typically the hardest school that you could be on for your expansion, for your evolution. That is part of why you volunteered over time to come here, to learn, to evolve, to expand, to remember. But it is typically not your first incarnation. Your incarnation is, that's what they call star seeds. The Pleiades, Sirians, Lyra, Andromeda, all these other places within the galaxy and other galaxies. For a lot of us light workers, that is where we actually stem from. And those are very high vibrational. That is 5th dimensional and above. They're telling me 12th dimension, some even in the 12th dimension. And dimensions are just shifts in consciousness, just shifts in energy. And here in the earth plane, we are 3-dimensional. That's what we can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. Like this is 3-dimensional. It's tangible, but everything is energy. And so we exist in a multidimensional reality. I'm not going to go, my God, they're bringing it all in, and I really don't want to go there in depth today. But we're going to be talking more about that because I've been getting downloads, especially with regards to my own soul origin, which is fascinating to me because I feel like the more I understand and know myself, the more I'm able to help and connect with others. So that's really beautiful. We're going to be diving deep into that at a later time. So if you are interested, if that is something that sparks your attention, start looking. There might be a reason why I'm mentioning this. Start looking into star seeds. Look at the Pleiades, look at the Lyrians, look at the Sirians, um, Andromedans. There are so many out there and so much information out there that you can start really feeling what resonates with you. That's what, when I started doing meditation around star seeds, it was all about the resonance. I went through all of the star seeds, and you can have multiple. I know that I had a lifetime with regards to the Arcturians as well. I know I had a lifetime on Sirius as well. Um, but you can have multiple lifetimes, but you have a soul origin, your first incarnation, and it's such a resonance with me that I know that is my soul origin. That was my first incarnation. So really, really fun stuff, really interesting stuff, and we're gonna dive deeper into that going forward. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Also, something else that was downloaded to me last night, I saw the word healer and warrior back to back. And what was downloaded to me was divine masculine, divine feminine energy. And it was so beautiful and overpowering. And what I channeled from that was the divine feminine energy. Now, both of you are healers, both of you are warriors, both of you are light workers, when we're talking about divine counterparts. But what was so interesting is they said that the healer is the divine feminine energy and the warrior is the divine masculine energy. And what was so poignant and beautiful about that is that healer is that intuitive nature of the divine feminine energy, and the warrior is that protective leader of the divine masculine energy. And I thought that was such a beautiful way to put it, such a poignant and beautiful way to express that energy, because that's really what it truly is. It's the embodiment of the healer and the warrior. Now, you have both energies within you already, even in separate bodies. If you're there's divine counterparts that are the one soul, even in separate bodies, you embody both. For example, when I was going through my chronic illness, I embodied the masculine energy because of I had to be in survival mode and I had to be that warrior. But now that I'm stepping back into my predominant energy of feminine, I'm stepping more into that intuitive nature of healer. And as a counterpart, my masculine, for example, is naturally that warrior, that fighter, that leader. But he's also embodying, embracing the feminine energy, especially as he's going through his ascension of the healer, especially tapping into his intuition, tapping into his emotions. So I thought that was just such a beautiful, poignant way of just embodying or expressing the masculine and feminine energies. It was beautiful. It was just such a beautiful download. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that on Facebook and on Instagram and possibly in future readings as well. So I just felt that was so, it's just so beautiful. The energy there was just so beautiful, and it's just truly the embodiment of the masculine and feminine energy. The calm, nurturing, healing nature of the feminine, and the powerful, strong warrior protector of the masculine. It felt beautiful. So we're going to use the Work Your Light deck today. I think I said that already. And do a quick daily energy draw and see what message comes out. So Spirit, based off of all of that, what do we have today? What message do we have today? Soul family. What were we talking about? Soul origins. What were we talking about? Star seeds. Soul family. Calling in your soul tribe. You don't have to do it alone. This is a message of support. Not only do you have your soul family here in the physical plane, but also your soul spirit team. That is those who have been, your guardian angels, your starred seed family, lightworker family, your Galactic Council. You are so supported, and if you understood how supported and guided you were, then you would never have to fear. And fear, they're reminding me, is just 3D conditioning and programming, that they are about love and they're guiding you home to love. They're guiding you back to love. But here in the physical plane, you have your soul family. And a lot of your soul family comes from your previous incarnations. It comes from your soul origin, your previous incarnations. I think I just said that. It's all about, so okay, so let's talk about soul family for a second. When you are incarnated here, or before you are incarnated here, you have your soul team, you have your soul family, those who are in your, what I like to call your inner circle, who are going to be that support. Sometimes they're going to be catalysts for growth, but essentially you volunteered with them and said, okay, what role do we need to play, each of us need to play, in order to evolve, in order to expand? What do I need to learn? What karma do I need to close out? For example, my family, are a very big support system. We have had some dysfunction, of course, as any family would in the 3D, but it was all for soul growth. It was all for soul expansion. And they are, we are part of that family of love, embodying that family of love and support. I've been very blessed in that respect. Friends, family, even coworkers can be part of your soul family. Your divine partner, it's okay. It's almost like, I feel like they don't want me to get it too much into it. It's almost like I look at it as far as tiers. It's you and your divine counterpart, because you're that same frequency, your same vibrational match. And then you have your family. Now, this doesn't have to be physical family. This is whoever you consider family. For some, this could be biological family. For some, this could be adoptive family. This could be friends. This could be, again, coworkers, if you have a very close-knit family of coworkers. It's who your soul truly resonates with. It's who your soul truly feels safe with, trusts, and just feels that unconditional bond and love with, in a very loving way, not that toxic way, in a very loving way. That is your soul family. That's the resonance of your soul. That's your soul family. And then it expands outwards and outwards and outwards to soulmates who come in and out of your life, possibly for a reason, a season, or even a lifetime, and then expands out to those that you meet who are there to teach you a lesson. And those are what I like to call the karmic energies. I will put a link in the description box below. I go all into these soul kind of connections on my website. I'll put a link in the description box below if you're interested in that. But soul family is that core group. And again, it could be your family. For me, it's, my mom and dad have been incarnated with me a number of lifetimes. They have been my biggest support. They've been one of my best friends. My divine counterpart, my absolute best friend, he is the one that I resonate with most, that feel that unconditional love with. I have a number of nurturing friends and family. You guys are part of my soul family as well. You're part of my soul community. It's that resonance. It's that connection, that you feel the exchange of love. They're telling you that your soul family is here and you have incarnated with them, especially if you feel that resonance with them, that pull towards them. You have incarnated with them before, and you're incarnating again and meeting up in this lifetime for, again, a purpose, a reason, a lesson, or for support. And that's the part that they're driving home, is those who you resonate with most deeply are part of your support team. They're part of your support network, so to speak. But it's not just here in the physical 3D, it's part of your whole soul family energetically on a bigger, grander scale, not looking at it from such a 3D narrow mindset, but from a soul perspective, from the higher perspective. They're also giving me the message that as you continue on this ascension journey, there might be some of those 3D relationships that were karmic in nature that might be fading away. Again, those are the relationships that there's love there, absolutely. And some of those might actually be soulmates, but they might fade away because there was a lesson to be learned, an experience to be had. Either you learned the lesson or they learned the lesson and you were just a supporting role. You're supporting roles for each other, all of us being reflections of each other. But as those fade away, understand that your members of your soul tribe, more members of your soul tribe will be coming in to support you, especially as you go further and further on this ascension journey. It's all about vibration. As you raise your vibration, those who are not at that level of vibration. Now remember, there's no hierarchy, there's no superiority. That's just ego saying, well, I'm a higher vibration, so they're going to fade away. We're not talking about that. We're talking just about frequency and vibration. It's just a natural fading away as you raise higher and higher in vibration. One of two things can happen. They'll either rise to meet you, or they'll fade away because they're on their own journey and just not ready to meet you there yet. And we have to respect everybody's journey. Everybody is exactly where they're meant to be for their own soul growth. If you look at it, they're showing me the Hall of Akashic Records. And if you look at it from that standpoint, from the higher perspective, not from you as an individual, but from soul source energy as a whole, if you look at it from that perspective, you understand that everybody has their soul's journey. Every single person, every single energy, but we're not going to go that far deep, Spirit. They really want me to go higher, and I do not want to go higher. Every single person who is incarnated here has a soul growth journey. They have, so to speak, say a book, a record for their life. Everything that they need to learn, everything that they have learned, past lifetimes, future lifetimes, everything that is for their own soul growth. If you look at it from that perspective, you understand that we are all helping each other along, all helping each other home, all helping each other to awaken and to remember. And sometimes we beautifully come into each other's lives for either a season, a reason, or a lifetime again, for the purpose of that soul growth. But sometimes, as we grow and evolve and change and go along our journey, it's like that person needs to go on their journey. I don't know. I don't quite know how to explain this. I hope that I'm making sense, you guys. It's early. I'm sorry, and I'm very, very tired. So it's like it's just sometimes you just part ways. Sometimes you just part ways, and it's nothing more. It's not rejection. It's not abandonment. It's nothing more than they have their own path to follow. And what a blessing it was that they came into your life for that moment, for that purpose, for that healing, for that lesson, for that experience. What a blessing it was for you to meet. And sometimes it's not a blessing, but we're talking about the positive relationships. Sometimes it was just for an experience. Sometimes it was for the contrast of, okay, I don't like this person. I don't want to experience that again. Or they taught me a lesson, thank you, and now I'm going to go on my way. But we're talking about soul family. And sometimes soul family, as some members of soul family evolve and retreat to go on their own path. Other members of our soul family come in, and it's like an ever revolving door. You're always supported. So the message that they're bringing home right now is you don't ever have to feel alone, because you will always have soul family as far as your spirit team and soul family in this incarnation. Just keep an open heart, keep an open mind, and let down your guard as far as the love that comes into your life, because there are strangers who become soul family in the blink of an eye, in the snap of a finger. And what a beautiful blessing it is that we have those people to help us along our journey and to love us, and that we can love in return. All right. A little bit of a convoluted message. I don't know what I'm saying when I channel, so I really hope that I translated all of that correctly. We're going to follow up tomorrow and see, possibly even do another from this deck. I'm feeling called to do that, so let's see what we have for tomorrow's daily energy draw. In the meantime, I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and we'll see you later.